I'm struggling here. If I had to guess, I would say push days are your favorite. And that works out because this video is gonna help you start having better push day workouts. If you just started lifting weights, it's not a good idea to copy a more advanced routine. It's better to have a customized plan, at least for the first 3 to 6 months. So in this video, we're gonna go by the book. I'll demonstrate exercises that you should start doing in the first year, training chest, shoulders, and triceps. But I think more importantly, I wanna show you the difference between stabilization and strength exercises. Because at each stage, you're gonna do different exercises and use different training methods to build the best foundation possible. First, I wanted to say welcome to this video. If this is your first time here, my name's David. On this channel, we talk about using fitness to improve our holistic health. Do me a favor, leave in the comments below what you guys wanna see next. I'm gonna cap off the push-pull leg series with a pull day advice, but after that, let me know if you want to know more about nutrition, different training routines, maybe even holistic health and supplements. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so the first phase of training I want to go over is stabilization. Your bones, your joints, and your muscles, they all work together to create tension, but also stabilize your body. A lot of this is your core, simply balancing the weight as you go through the movement. And I think this is a stage that many people kind of skip over and they go straight into trying to build muscle and lifting heavy. According to NASM, if you don't focus on this phase of your development, you're not gonna build the best foundation that you can. And so I'm gonna demonstrate the exercises that you should do for stabilization, okay? I'm gonna prop this on here. In order to train for stability, you need to do the opposite and create an unstable environment. It's controlled, but unstable. So instead of seated shoulder press, what you see everyone else doing, find a stability ball and simply use that instead. You'll notice that your body kind of shakes a little bit. It's different than what you might be used to feeling. Another key takeaway is how fast you want to do the reps. According to NASM, it's 4-2-1, meaning 4 seconds eccentric, 2 seconds isometric, 1 second concentric. 4 seconds down, 2 seconds hold at the bottom, 1 second up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, up. This is engaging your core, which is a big part of stabilization training. Once you get efficient at doing both arms at the same time, you can alternate arms. And then once you get better at doing this, you can advance it by standing on one leg, 2 arms, or alternating arms on one leg. Real quick, I just want to show you a demonstration of why it's important to do stabilization training. Let's say you're just starting to lift, you find a seat like this, grab the heaviest dumbbells that you can find, and you really challenge yourself to push as much weight as possible. Well, here's the thing, you're gonna get stronger really fast, and you're going to get very efficient at doing this movement because every single time you follow that same path with both arms at the same time, seated on a stable seat. The problem with doing this is you can get too strong for your own good. What I mean by that is, what happens the first time something bumps into your seat in the middle of your set, or someone walks in front of you and distracts you, and all of a sudden that weight gets moved a little bit offline? Well, at this point, if you have strong stabilization muscles, you should be able to catch that weight and keep it in line and prevent it from moving back. If you skipped out on stabilization training, you're not gonna be able to stop that weight once gravity takes over. It's gonna keep on going back and back and back until, boom, there goes your shoulder. Obviously, you don't want something like that to happen, so to avoid that, make sure that when you lift for strength and to build muscle, that you first have the stability to balance yourself and balance the weight during the exercise. Moving on to phase number 2, which is strength endurance. If you want to build muscle, if you want to get stronger, you have to first be able to hold tension in your muscles for a long time. Whether that's for an entire set, whether it's 30 seconds, 45 seconds long, or if you look at an entire workout, maybe 90 minutes of lifting weights. You have to be able to hold tension in your muscles for an extended period of time. When it comes to the endurance phase, what you want to focus on is mixing in typical strength exercises with stabilization exercises. The tempo is the same as stability. It's 4, 2, 1, down, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, up. After you do a set of 10, you want to superset that with single leg overhead press. Make sure you just alternate legs. 4 seconds on the way down, hold, 2, up. After you do a set of 10 of those, immediately superset that, ball push-ups. You can do these 2 ways. You can do them like this with hands on the ball. Keep your core tight, keep your glutes tight, and then do your push-up. You'll notice that you start shaking a little bit, which is good. This is the point of using stabilization training. Or you can do it like this, with your feet on the ball. Same thing, keep your core tight, and then do your push-ups. Do a set of 10, and then immediately superset that with a standing lateral raise. Only this time, you can make it more difficult doing it on one leg. I'm struggling here. I feel so uncoordinated trying to make this video. All right, we'll make it work. You wanna keep your core tight, right? You don't wanna sag down like this. You wanna bridge, so like lift your hips up, put your elbows straight to the ceiling, and then go like this. As far as how long to stay in the endurance phase, again, it's gonna depend. I would say anywhere from 3 to 6 months is when you should be transitioning between stabilization to straight up building muscle and strength. Let's move on to phase number 3, which is hypertrophy. And NASM defines hypertrophy as the chronic enlargement of muscles. Sounds like a pretty good problem to have. The tempo is going to be 2-0-2. When you're building muscle, you don't necessarily want to use a stability ball or do exercises on one leg. You want to do stable exercises where you're seated on a bench or laying down on a bench, and you can really focus on pushing and squeezing the muscle. Something else I want to bring up is related to mind-muscle connection, and specifically on push day. Because it's called push day, it's easy to think all you have to focus on is pushing the weight up to the top, and then you just let the weight fall back down and you repeat. That's wrong. You also want to focus on the eccentric phase, which is lowering the weight, because the way that you lower the weight is going to impact how much muscle you can build and how effective your training is. Anyone can push the weight to the top and just let gravity take over and just drop it down to the starting position. If all you have to focus on is pushing, then you're only getting half the movement. I know it sounds weird, but imagine if you had to use your brain to move the weight. Obviously, your hands are gripping the weight, but try to imagine that your brain is controlling this, and then as you lower the weight down, make it as slow and controlled as possible. If you lose reps or you can't lift as heavy because you're going so slow and because you're focusing on the mind-muscle connection, that's a good thing. Don't be discouraged that you're not lifting as heavy or for as many reps, because you're actually getting the work that you need. There are a lot of different training volumes that make sense for a lot of different people, and I can't explain that in a short video like this. Always want to look for ways to make the exercises more intense, to do more volume if you can. And that brings into question, what are you doing when you're not at the gym? Are you taking time to recover? Are you eating healthy so that your muscles can get the protein that it needs for muscle protein synthesis? Phase number 4 is maximum strength. It's pretty straightforward. Because you're lifting heavy, you can't do as many reps, obviously. Whatever your specific fitness goals are right this moment, you want to train specifically for that goal. If you don't really care about being strong, but you lift heavy, you wouldn't build as much muscle as if you lifted a little bit lighter, did more reps, shorter rest periods, and focus on hypertrophy. That's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Other videos on my channel on push-pull legs, I'm gonna put 2 of them up here. I don't know which ones yet. Go check those out when you have time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see ya.